It is time for our mic drop. We end every show by going deep on one topic affecting our community in hopes that we can all learn a little more. Now, it's been a year now since the Washington Post published a story from reporter Molly Hensley Clancy detailing allegations of alleged verbal and physical attacks inflicted by the now former Washington Spirit head coach Richie Burke on his players. Now, the Washington Spirit was suspended from league activities following an investigation of its organizational culture by the National Women's Soccer League, and Burke was fired from the club, as he should have been. But that wasn't the end of it. Additional reporting suggested that the players' mistreatment by the coach and the mishandling of it by the team was a league-wide problem, requiring a league-wide response. So, U.S. Soccer brought in former acting U.S. Attorney General Sally Yates and the law firm of King Spaulding to do a year-long independent investigation. And the results of that investigation were released yesterday. And they're grim. The investigation shows that, yes, players across the league were forced to endure physical and emotional abuse at the hands of their coaches, 5 of whom from last season were either fired or stepped down following allegations of misconduct. The players also reportedly suffered abuse from the organizational hierarchy of the National Women's Soccer League itself. Page after page revealed misconduct after misconduct, including manipulative behavior, emotional manipulation, and sexualized workplaces. But AG Yates actually took it a step further, writing this, quote, "Abuse in the NWSL is rooted in a deeper culture in women's soccer, beginning in youth leagues, that normalizes verbally abusive coaching and blurs boundaries between coaches and players." Now, I've talked with enough women and seen enough reports like this from other organizations to know that the culture she's referencing here reflects the culture at large. It's not just soccer we're talking about here, people. But U.S. Soccer's president called the report heartbreaking and troubling. I'm wondering, though, did she really find it all that surprising? Now, the report ends with this quote, a series of recommendations aimed at preventing abuse in the future, including implementing transparency and accountability and the need for a clear-cut set of rules and policies regarding it all, as well as consequences for any of those who can't follow any of this. But here's the thing. While the United States Soccer Federation has oversight of the league, it only has limited control of each individual team. So, the report recommends that the league be responsible for ensuring that the teams implement any measures and that the Federation impose this requirement on them if necessary. And that means the organizations who offered blind eyes and deaf ears to these women, well, they're now the ones responsible for fixing the problem. I'm sure that leaves the players with this great feeling of security just washing over them. That is indeed sarcasm, by the way. Now, thanks to this report, we now know what these athletes have long since known. The system that they are working within is deeply and dangerously flawed. So, how does a broken system fix itself? How does long-term change happen? Well, it's going to require the deepest of commitments from everybody involved in the game, on every level, period. The athletes, these women, they're out there doing their part. It's up to the rest of us to do ours.